Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind Eminent Terry Moon, Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel, and Dolo here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, yeah, somebody just asked me the question. They want to know how to incorporate or how to interconnect the sun, moon, and the ascendant. Now, here's an easy way to look at it, but we're gonna go a little deeper. Here's an easy way to look at it. Look at it like this: the moon. When you ask yourself the question, why did I do that? So think about all the times you asked yourself that question. Why did I do that? Right? Now, the person who's asking the question, that's your moon. Who the question is referring to, that's your sun sign. That's going to be your sun. And how you ask that question or what's being expressed or the personality of how that question is being asked is your personality. Is how the sun looks, how the sun is dressed up. This is why your ascendant represents the rising of this is why your ascendant is based upon the rising of your sun. You see what I'm saying? And this is why your sun is how your sun act and the actions. And the moon is who you are. The moon is who you are, and the moon is how you react. Your emotional reactions, your response to the world, the realm of reality that you in. You see what I'm saying? So now that you know this, when you ask myself, why did I do that? You see what I'm saying? You know the moon is who you are. Is yourself asking the question, why did I? But I is you too, but it's really not you. That's another video though. That's the being we in. When anytime you attach I to, but it's still correlated to the sun. And if you have a sun sign, you have an eye also. You have eyes also. You have an eye. You realize you have a first eye also. So when you want to say, why did I do that? Your moon is asking your sun a question because they're in a relationship. So is you asking yourself a question? It's you're reacting to your actions in so many words. You know what I'm saying? When you did an action, when you did something, your reaction to it, it'd be like, damn, why did I do that? Or however you react to it. This is how you understand that. You see what I'm saying? This is how you understand that the moon represents your reactions, your response, who you are, what you're comfortable with. Your moon may square your sun, so you may not be comfortable with a lot of your actions a lot of times. So the square represents a learning process. You have to learn from your actions in some type of way. But we're gonna get into that, right? But right now we're gonna get surface level and dive in a little deeper. So yeah, so look, I'm about to give you an example right now. Damn, why did I do that? Now that's the moon asking my sun a question. That's my moon asking my sun a question. That's myself asking my actions a question. I'm reacting to one of my actions. Now, how I just did that, that's the personality. The personality I just did it with. You see what I'm saying? So if y'all been watching my channel, y'all already know. I'm an Aries sun, Sag moon, Leo rising. So I'm fixed when it comes to my personality. I'm mutable, real fluid when it comes to who I am. You know what I'm saying? And how I react to things. You know what I'm saying? But I'm cardinal. I'm a spark. I'm electricity when I'm active. My actions. You see what I'm saying? Now, when we want to talk about as far as how they relate, you could look at it like this too. The moon will be you, the driver, right? The what kind of car it is, how fast it go or how slow it go, if it's a van, if it's a sports car, what kind of car it is, that's the sun. That's the actions. That's the sun. You know what I'm saying? And how the car look, how you design your car, what color it is, how it's painted, how it's decorated, what kind of model it is, that's the ascendant. That's the personality. So now you can look at it like this. The moon, the mind. The mind is what's controlling the vehicle. So you controlling what kind of car it is. So you control what kind of car it is. If the car fast, if it's slow, that's letting you know what kind of actions you got. If you have a fire sign, water's actions, you see what I'm saying? That's the actions. And then the way you driving and the way you know how to drive and show people your talent of driving and things and the way the car look, that's the ascendant. That's the personality of it. See what I'm saying? You can break this down in so many ways. Now, when we want to get to how to interconnect them all, you need to understand that your moon is what's motivating it. So your moon is who you are, what you're comfortable with. So your moon is motivating your actions, and your personality is how your moon look. It's how your moon gonna look. So I'm gonna use me as an example, and we can break down other examples. Now me, I'm a Antares moon, so I'm a fixed star moon, but that's my filtering. But I got all that outside Uriel, all that information in this vessel. It got filtered through the Scorpio and the Sagittarius constellation, right? So once the Scorpio, the heart of the Scorpio star constellation, the location where that's at, it gets filtered through the parts of the Sagittarius constellation stars, right? Then boom, then it reached the satellite of the Merkaba of the moon, boom. Then the astrological snapshot when I was born, boom, I received all those filters. So boom, this is who I am. This is my emotional reactions to things, and this is my emotional response. So since it's Sagittarius, we know it's mutable fire. The immutable of being able to adapt to your own or other people's ways of dealing with the feelings and their sight, their visions. So it's fire represents the feeling and the seeing. So you can't see your feelings. You can only see what you see. So in order to see your feelings, that creates visions. You give your feelings a color, a look, and it looks like whatever dimension you in that you are seeing in, right? So that becomes a vision. And then a vision can only get so big to the point that you have to express it. But can't nobody else see it unless you express it. So this would make fire signs expressive. You know what I'm saying? Or chaotic. Or expressive. But they have to show what they see inside. Because you have a right and a left brain, right? And you have a yin and yang to everything. Now, the yang signs will be air and fire. The yin signs will be water and earth. Now, yang just means external. Yin just means internal. You see what I'm saying? Now, you have, the right brain. Yeah, right brain, and the yin signs is earth and water. So that just means internal. So when we talk about your right and left brain have a yin and yang also. Your left brain, yin and yang, is you have the fire, which will be the yang version of the left brain, and you have the water, which will be, hold on, I got this all messed up. Got it all messed up. Hold on. The right brain signs is water and fire. The left brain signs is air and earth. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I got all mixed up. I got thousands of videos based upon it. Like, I guess I'm rambling. But let me break this down so y'all can understand it. Now you have a right and left brain, right? Now the yang signs is air and fire. The yin signs is water and earth. Now when we talk about the right and left brain got a yin and yang also. Now the right brain is the right brain yang will be fire. The right brain yin will be water. The left brain yang will be air. The left brain yin will be earth. So when we talk about the left brain, as when we say yang signs, that's external. So they like to put it out in the output. So if we know the yang signs is fire and air, then let's look at the yang signs. The left brain yang sign is external in their thinking and communicate in their thinking. So they think and communicate. They relate with their thinking. The right brain yang sign would be fire. So they have to output their visions. They have to output their feelings in because the right brain represents feelings and the left brain represents logic. So the right brain have to express the inner world. You know what I'm saying? Have to express the inner world in some type of way. The left brain, which is air, have to express the outer world in some type of way. So that's communicating and relating. And then the fire on the right side has to express the inner world in some type of way. So that's the expression of the yin realm, of the realm of the things you can't see. Fire keep trying to give this a vision, keep trying to give you a perspective you can see it from, even if they have to compare it to things that you do see. This would give fire signs egos also, because they deal with ego. So it's not necessarily ego. They know how to deal with ego itself. So they look at it like it's something itself. You see what I'm saying? Now when we talk about the yin signs, now you have a left brain yin, which would be earth. So they think and be practical. They think and go within. So you see how air is yang left brain? They think and go external. They think and communicate. Earth is the yin left brain. They think and be practical. They think in which makes sense. They think to themselves yet until they effectively know what they want to talk about before they talk about it. Other than that, they're just going to be reserved. They're gonna just observe. You see what I'm saying? Now, when we get to the right brain yin sign, you know what I'm saying? That would be water. So now we're dealing with the fillers, the fire and the water. Those are the fillers. The air and the earth is the thinkers. Is that you have an external thinker, you have an internal thinker. The air thinks and communicate externally. Earth thinks and go practically internally. You know what I'm saying? What practically makes sense to them. Now, water is yin right brain. So they take what they feel and soak into it. They go in their feelings, in their emotions, and understand the totality of that realm before they choose to express it. So you have the three water signs. They do it in three different ways. You know what I'm saying? So when fire have to externally express feelings, because it's the yang right brain, they have to externally express feelings. Waters have to internalize and emotionalize their feelings and go within. So this is what makes them wise in the emotional realm. You see what I'm saying? So your moon motivates, everything's about the brain. So your moon motivates your sun and your personality. So your moon is going to be what you do, what you're comfortable with, who you are. Your sun is going to be how you act on them things, and your ascendant is going to be how you personally look, your personality through these things. So let's use me as an example. Like I said, now my moon sign. You already know my moon sign. So it's ruled by Jupiter. It's ruled by Jupiter, which is wisdom and knowledge and meaning and reasoning and experience. So just who I am and how I feel, how I react. I react to all experiences. I feel like I'm wise in all experiences. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to meanings of reasonings, I have a broad philosophical point of view on where I tie my meanings of reasonings to. You see what I'm saying? So you can think about it like the archer. You know what I'm saying? That's like my moon. So this is who I am. Then let's not add the fixed star Antares. So that's the manifestation, physical, in the external realm of Archangel Uriel. You see what I'm saying? So the energetic force of the light now is my moon sign. So if the moon, who you are, is who you are. It's how you and it's how you react to things. It's how you respond to things. So when you look at me, that's why I talk the way I talk, because I feel like that's who I am. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you talk about now the sun and the ascendant is how you're gonna see it. You see what I'm saying? So my sun is in Aries. So it's you're gonna see that with desire, passion, motivation, but also backed and supported by initiating and creating a new way of how to see and how to feel about whatever I'm into. But what I'm into is my moon sign. I'm into wisdom, knowledge, broad philosophical points of views of things of that nature. So how I act on those things is in a desire way, and I try to initiate and create new ways of how to see and how to feel about it, and I do it in a motivational way, an inspirational way. You see what I'm saying? That's that moon getting filtered through the sun and Aries. Now my personality is in Leo. You know what I'm saying? So my personality and how I personally do it, how I personally do my moon, how I personally put out wisdom and knowledge and things of that nature, I do it in a charismatic way. I do it in an attention type way, in an attention seeking type way. I do it in the sun consciousness type way. I do it in a surrounding type way. I do it in a consciousness type way. I do it in a spirited type way. I do it in a fixed fire way and being fixated on my own way of seeing and feeling about it. So the wisdom I get, my personal, it gets filtered through initiating and creating a new way of how to see and feel about it with desire and passion and inspiration. But my personality, the way I personally do it, is in my own way. Is in my own way of seeing it, in my own way of feeling about it, and that's fixed fire. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing with trines, with having a grand trine, because I have a grand trine between my, like, because I'm 8 degrees Sagittarius moon, but my sun and my ascendant is at 17 degrees, and that's below the 10-degree range. Anytime something get out of a trine is when it's pushing out of the 10-degree range, but this is within the 10-degree field. It's only 9 degrees apart from my moon. So my moon is a grand trine with my sun and my ascendant. So my sun is 17 degrees Aries, which falls into the degree of second notice, which is in the stomach of the Draco constellation. Then my ascendant is 17 degrees Leo. You see what I'm saying? They both 17 degrees. That's crazy as hell, right? Now, here's the thing with having a trine. A trine. Now, my moon, who I am, has the gift. A trine represents gifts. Squares represents learning, uh, your learning, things you have to learn. Oppositions represents obstacles, and your ops. So conjunctions represents your powers. Now, oppositions and conjunctions could work they work the same, just in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Opposites attract. Conjunctions is what you already have that's going to detach. You see what I'm saying? So it's a different dynamic, but they both work in the same way. They just join up together in two different ways. You know what I'm saying? The way your relationships join up with oppositions is totally opposite than the way they join up with conjunctions, but the way they separate is opposite, but it's like the way one separated was the way how the conjunctions came together, and the way the conjunctions separate is the way how the oppositions come together. If you get what I'm saying, you see what I'm saying? Now, when you want to talk about here's the gift with a trine, because who I am, so trines represents gifts. So since I got a grand trine, my moon, since who I am and how I react has the gift of being seen through my actions and how I act and what I'm consciously aware of. And then let's go to the ascendant. Who I am and how I react to things has the gift of being seen through my personality and being seen through my personal issues and my personal affairs. You see what I'm saying? It has the gift of being seen through these realms of realities. You see what I'm saying? So you have to pay close attention to how everything played and correlate. Now, if you have the moon squaring your sun, and you have the moon squaring your ascendant in some type of way, then that means your emotional reactions and who you are, you need to learn how to apply your actions to who you are. You know what I'm saying? And learn how to make more of who you are to your actions. Learn how to react to your actions a little better. You see what I'm saying? And if you have the moon squaring your ascendant, you know what I'm saying, then your personality and personal issues and personal affairs, you may need to learn how to apply that, make yourself a part of that more. React to that area of life a little bit more. Now, if you have your moon or your sun opposing each other, then who you are and your emotional reactions, you may have to learn how to set that aside for other people's actions at times. And then vice versa, for other people's actions and what they're consciously aware of, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you may have to set aside your own actions for the sake of who other people are. And then that balance is going to play in your own life in so many ways. Because, see, there's the thing where a person got a sun opposite their moon. You see what I'm saying? These people can become the most balanced people in their life. You know what I'm saying? But it comes from a lot of unstableness and unbalancedness in their life. So when you got opposites your actions, see, your actions is at odds with your reactions. The things you act on is not necessarily the things that you feel comfortable with. These is those type of people who like to fight or not necessarily fight any realm of reality. They just go out and do it before actually being aware of what they're doing. Then once they do it, now they feel like, damn, I shouldn't have done that and shit like that. That's these type of people. But these type of people go through those type of situations so much that they become balanced. They start to know what to do and what not to do. And these people can help you in your life. So anybody who got that you know that got, say, a Cancer Sun Capricorn Moon, or a Capricorn Sun Cancer Moon, or a Libra Moon Aries Sun, or Aries Sun Libra, these people are more balanced than what they appear to be. Believe me. And then they life play out in ways that is if they not balanced, their life is playing out in a way that's leading them into some type of balance in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? If you have your sun sextile create opportunities. So if you got your moon sextile to sun, or if you got your moon sextile to ascendant, it's going to create opportunities. So say your moon sextile to sun. who you are and your emotional reactions and your response is going to experience opportunities. Now, opportunities is not always going to be in your face for you to just walk into. You got to know you got to know how to take it. And there's going to be some opportunities that you shouldn't take and some opportunities that you do take. Here's another thing with alignments you need to understand. What alignments is, just because something is sextile or trine or a conjunction doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Just because something is an opposition or a square doesn't mean it's good. The trine, sextile, and conjunction, just because those are aligning with each other, that doesn't necessarily mean it's good. If it's a trine, if it's an opposition or a square, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. The description on if it's good or bad highly depends on the planets that's actually aligning each other. Because, say, a trine represents gifts. But if you got two planets that don't really like each other trining, then that causes a bad gift. So you got a bad gift. You know what I'm saying? For an example, you got Pluto trining the Pluto trining the moon. It's like you got a gift to go through transformations with your emotions. So you got a gift to go through chaotic situations. So you probably one of them type of people like, dang, why I keep going through this? You got a gift to keep going through that. You better learn that. You better learn that's your gift and learn how to get away from that gift and learn a new talent. You see what I'm saying? It goes deep. And then when we talk about trines as your gifts and conjunctions as your powers, you can have bad powers. Trines is your gifts. Gifts is unlike conjunctions. Conjunctions is something you already have. So a conjunction is like your power. What comes great power comes great responsibility. You have to not be too overpowering or too overwhelming, but also not be too passive because you know better. So learn how to balance. You will do the conjunction better because it'll play out as unbalanced like an opposition if you go on each polar scale. You know what I'm saying? But the trines is like a gift. So a gift is like something you already know you can do, but you don't get off your ass and do it. You may need a person, place, or thing around you to be like, man, listen, don't you know you know how to do that? Don't you know how to do? If a real wise person will know their own gifts and they'll put it into action. But that's really uncommon in the society we in right now. So so the universe or the overall will come in a way, shape, or form to make sure that you get up off your ass and work on your motherfucking gifts. No matter, and some people may have to learn more than others. So it'll take the lesser people more experiences to get to there than other. Harder experiences than other. But either way, it's going to balance itself out. You see what I'm saying? So that's even if like you have so opportunities. You need to make sure you know what two planets is sextiling each other because you're going to know what opportunities you keep coming across all the time. You see what I'm saying? If it's bad ones or it's good ones. And if you know which signs it is, you're going to know which ones to take and which ones not to take. So if you got the moon sextiling the sun, you're going to witness all kind of opportunities for your emotional, who you are, your emotional reactions and response to things, your vibrations, and your reaction to the world you're in. You're going to witness all kind of opportunities for that to be expressed through your actions in some type of way. For that to be expressed through how you act or what you're consciously aware of and how you view things. Same with your personality. If your moon sextile your ascendant, then that means that who you are, your emotional reactions, and how you react in your emotional response to things and what makes you feel comfortable is going to be able to be you're going to experience opportunities for that to be seen through your personality or personal issues or personal affairs in some type of way. For an example, you may have a personal affair. A personal issue. You may have say one of your personal issues is you have to pay a bill, right? Now, if your moon sextile that circumstance or that personal issue, then when that personal issue, every time that personal issue arises, that's the time that your real true feelings and emotions come out about something, or who you are come out about something. People not going to genuinely know who you are until that come up. You see what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So you may have an ascendant that like being, say your ascendant is Virgo or something like that, and you like being at work or something like that. So if your moon sextile your ascendant and you personally like being at work, then your moon, who you are and how you react when you at work, that's when genuinely your true self is going to be expressed through your personality. Anytime you somewhere else, that's when your personality is going to be you know what I'm saying, all scattered. But yeah, let me stop this video right here. Flight boss, bitch. Damn, air.